Musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. How y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope your week is off to a great start, and hopefully the middle of this week is treating you nice. I see a few of you have gotten into this room already. Make sure that you are in here and ready to converse. I see you. I see you. Hi, Vonda. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me on today. Vicki Brown, I see that you have logged in as well. All right, y'all. Now, y'all know I got to do my spiel before I bring on this very dynamic guest. You know, all my guests are dynamic. But anyway, please make sure that you are liking, following, sharing. Give us some hearts too across all platforms. On YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. Right? IG is Relationship Soup, right? And then I see y'all logging in. On Facebook, you can join the forum. Relationship Soup Group. Come join. Come join. We may be able to address a little something from the soup today. And then, of course, you can follow me at RelationshipSoup LLC. All right, Reese, I see you. Greetings to you, King. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. All right. So now that I got all that out of the way, right? So today I'm going to talk to, again, another dynamic soul. He goes by Coach Jermaine J. Wilson. So me and Jay, Coach Jay, we're going to talk about all kind of stuff. Like I said, we're going to hit something from the soup. We're going to talk about love, life, fatherhood, all of that. We're going to get into all that. So if you got some questions or whatever, please make sure that you type them in the chat, right? Let's keep this conversation going. If you ain't grabbed your favorite drink, go ahead and grab it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on Coach Jermaine now. Hey, Coach, what's up with you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing? Relationship Soup. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good, good, good. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you found some time to join me, spend some time with me tonight. I appreciate that.
Indeed.
Word. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this thing, right? So we're going to cover all kind of stuff. All right, we're going to
Hmm.
get as much as we can in this hour. All right.
Right.
So tell our guest a little bit something about you before we get into the nitty gritty of these questions.
All right. My name is Coach Jermaine J. Wilson. I'm born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a single father. I am a 11-year coach on the high school level, looking to pursue towards the collegiate level. Also train many athletes from youth up to college level. And I'm just a person that's well versed. I was in the military for 9 years, been to college, well versed in relationships, being in relationships throughout my life. And uh, one thing about coaching is all about relationships. In order to be a good coach, you have to have a great relationship and a good rapport with all of your players, not just the ones you like, but the ones that you might not get along with. So you got to be able to coach them all up. So I'm well versed in relationships and building relationships and rapport with people.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Where should we start? Let's start with fatherhood, right?
Okay.
Um, I Fathers are close to my heart. I was crazy about my daddy. He actually
Hmm.
passed last March. So let's get into this fatherhood thing. Plus, I like to highlight my brothers that are
Hmm.
actually being fathers, right? Because there's so
Right.
much out there to say, oh, well, black men or African American men, some of them don't be daddies and stuff like that. So let me highlight that because it's just fathers are so important. Don't get me wrong. Mothers are important too. Ladies, mothers are
Hmm.
important. But let's get into this fatherhood thing, all right? So
Hmm.
let me ask you this, coach. What does being a father mean to you?
So, being a father is really near and dear to my heart because I grew up without my father, and not having a father in my household definitely paid not a good positive dividend for me. It was more of a negative. It definitely was a negative. So I always said to myself when I was going to have kids, whenever I did choose to have a child, I was going to always be the father that I wish I would have had.
Mhm.
So when it comes to my child, I'm definitely always trying to be the father that I wish that I would have had and could have had. So fatherhood is a it's a marathon. You're continually growing every day within it. There is no book on how to do it when you get into it. You kind of just gotta, stick your foot in the water and just kind of learn as you go. So for me, it started off a little rocky because I wasn't seasoned in it. I didn't know how to truly father because I wasn't led by a father. But over time, I've progressed and I've gradually become a better father over the course, especially now that I am the custodial parent, and I'm there every day, and I'm hitting his life, and I see the changes, and I see how he's manifesting and growing into, from a young child to, a young boy, and soon he's gonna be hitting the, adolescence and teenage years and all that. So I'm enjoying the process.
Good, 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 good. All right, so let me ask you this. Has fatherhood changed or influenced you, like changed or influenced your perspective on life?
Uh, I mean, I would say it has to because you know a lot of people say this about being a parent. You don't know unconditional love
Mhm.
until you become a parent for the first time. Like we say we love people, but the unconditional love, you will never see it, I believe, until you become a parent. Like my son, literally, I don't care what he ends up doing, no matter what it is, good or bad, I'm gonna always unconditionally love him. And that's not the same for many people that you come across in your life that you love and then end up not liking, or you separate yourself from. I can never separate myself from my son. My son is always going to be a part of me, and that unconditional love is what I've noticed and learned the most about in this early part of this process, because I'm only 8 years in, so
Okay,
I'm
okay. So you
halfway.
still,
I'm
yeah.
almost to the half. I'm almost to halftime with it, but I still got a long way to go. And even once he's grown, I'm still, parents still are always involved in your life. But unconditional love is what I've grown to know and learn the most about from being a dad.
Okay, okay. Now we actually have a comment from one of our listeners. Vonda says you are not only a father to your child, but a father figure to many of the young men you encounter through coaching.
Indeed, indeed, and that's why a lot of times I say even before I became a father, I had already been coaching for I want to say maybe 4 years, maybe. I was probably like no, I was into my third year. So every year you have when I was at a smaller school like Park Tudor, which is a 1A school, I might have had 50 kids on the team comparative to, now I'm at a school like Lawrence North, which is a major high school that has, 3,000 plus students, and I might have 150 to 200 kids. And you do have those father-son relationships with those kids throughout the course of watching them grow from when they are freshmen all the way into their senior year, and even on to college and into adult life. I still have relationships, father-son relationships with many of the kids that I coach that are, some of them are fathers too now. So,
Mhm, mhm.
she's definitely right on that end. And I'm pretty sure we're going to dig into that as we continue to go.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. All right, so let me ask you this. So, what values or lessons do you hope to instill in your son?
Ah, man.
In today's world, listen, listen.
Today's world, yeah.
Woo!
I would say the biggest thing I want to instill and that I am instilling into my son is respect
Mhm, mhm,
and just respect for everybody. I think if you have respect for your adults, for the people that you're around, your friends, your family, your teachers, respect for the process of going to school, just respect for anything that you do, you
mhm,
know, you're gonna be well appreciated by those that are around you, and you know, life is going to pretty much go well for you. So respect is the biggest thing that I'm teaching him, but mainly to respect himself. Respect
mhm.
yourself first and foremost, because if you don't respect yourself, other people won't respect you. So that's my biggest thing that I teach him. Number one, before anything else.
Okay. Okay. I love it. I love it. Now, you and I, we've had a few conversations, and you know how I feel about balance, right?
Mhm.
Balance is everything, right? I think
Right.
balance is essential in every aspect of life.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this. How do you balance your role as a father with like other aspects of your life? Because I mean, you said you're a single dad, right? You are a single dad. So how do you find all that balance? Like, how do you do that?
I say the number one thing that you got to have is a great support group.
Mhm,
Like
mhm,
you got to have a great support group and stability around you and people that are there. I mean, they say that it takes a village, and it truly does. And I'm blessed to have a great village that's around me and surrounds my child. Whether it's his godmother, his two grandparents, his TTs, he has numerous of aunties that love to, instill their love and guidance into him, which allows me to find the balance to be myself and find time for the things that I like to do,
mhm,
or even just find time to coach and deal with the other relationships that I deal with from being a high school football coach. So having a great support group is definitely number one thing for me in order to find that balance and find that time, because at the end of the day, yes, you are the parent to this child, but I always say you got to take care of your own star player, which is you.
mhm,
You are your own MVP, and it's gonna come a time in life when your child is gonna go on and he's gonna live his life, and it's not gonna be a daily thing between you and him. So you can't never lose yourself in the process. So I'm thankful for being able to have. Uh, the ability to still be able and go and live my life, because some parents don't have that. They're with their kid 24/7. They might not have grandma, grandpa, you
That's
know,
true.
aunties and uncles. So if you do have that, great. If you don't, you still got to find ways in order to take care of your star player. I know my mom, um, she had a little bit less than what I have as
Mhm,
far as that village, but she still found time to find herself and do things that she wanted to do and find that balance. So I
mhm.
mean, life is yin and yang. We gotta balance it out.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
So we have a couple of other comments. Oh, the Artist Effect podcast. Thank you,
What's
Daniel.
good, artist?
What's up? What's up? Great podcast, man. I'm so glad that y'all appreciated the questions I asked yesterday. Listen, I'm getting that knowledge up, right? So thanks for tuning in. We have Tonality Records. Fatherhood is rewarding and the most influential role you'll ever play in a human being's life. I'm a proud girl dad.
That's
Oh,
what's up. I
I
hope to
love it.
one day become a girl dad. When I found out that I was having a kid, I was hoping and praying that I was going to have a boy. Obviously, being a male, I wanted to have a young boy. But now that I've seen, the process of, raising a boy, I definitely want to go down that path and raise a young queen and bring her into this world because we are nothing without our women, our queens. We need y'all. I mean, so I would love to be a part of that process. So if I do ever decide to make that happen, I hope it's a girl this time around for sure. Shout out to all the girl dads.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, I've heard that it's a whole nother level of parenting because I'm gonna tell you what, having a boy, raising a young boy, I'm blessed. He's easy like Sunday morning, man. I mean, he's smooth. But I hear sometimes raising these young queens, it can be a handful, but it's rewarding in the end, though, definitely.
Mhm. Word, word, word. So, all right, all right, all right. So, thank you for, sprinkling us with just the whole fatherhood piece because, like I said,
Mhm.
daddies are close to my heart. Daddies are
Right.
needed. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. So, thank you for that.
Thank
All
you.
right, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about love. Love, 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 love. All right. We're about to get into your business a little bit. Just
Come
a
on with
just
it.
a
Come
little
on.
bit, right? I'll be trying to do
Hey,
my British accent.
I'm
I'll
a,
be
I'm
trying
a,
to be
I'm a human being, so I don't have nothing to hide. I've had my trials and my tribulations in this thing called love.
look, you and me both. Listen, listen. Now
Mhm.
that I'm back outside. All right, here we go.
But you
So
learn. But you learn though. The biggest thing you grow. You grow from the things that you go through.
absolutely. And
Mhm.
it's this meme floating around. And it resonates with me because it's like, okay, I'm starting over from experience, right? Because
Mhm.
I've learned those lessons and I'm still healing and learning through some things.
Mhm.
So hey, learn them lessons, y'all.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get into love. Hey, you ready? You ready,
I'm ready.
coach? All
What's
right,
up?
I'm about to
What's
put you
happening?
in, coach. I hope you're ready.
Put me in
All
the
right.
game. Let's go.
All right, so here we go. So how would you describe your experience with love and relationships? How would you
Hmm.
describe
I want to say, growing up, I did not. I was not shown the example of what a relationship between a man and a woman should be.
that? Hmm.
My mom wasn't married. She didn't really bring guys around me, like that. And if they did, become, a boyfriend or something like that, and they did come around, I don't think those guys provided a great example of what love was. So I didn't have that motherly, fatherly, where you could come home and you see the love,
Hmm.
like you and your parents had. You came home, you saw how your dad was loving your mom. I didn't see that.
Okay.
So when I got started getting into relationships, I always say I've only been in 4 real relationships in my life. But I had to learn how to love. What I mean? I had to learn how to show those feelings and control those feelings and manifest what I'm feeling for somebody. And it's a process. It's a process that I'm still learning today. I'm definitely more versed in it based off of the situations that I've gone through. Uh, and I'm sure throughout the process of my life, I'm going to continue to grow within it. I'm definitely not a finished product in this game called love. So I've had my heart broken. I'm sure that I've broken some hearts.
Mm, Pisces. You broke some hearts.
I'm sure I've broken some hearts, but not intentionally. I'm
Mhm.
not out here intentionally breaking hearts. I think the biggest thing that you can have is honesty. You know what I mean? And I'm the type of person that, and I've to a fault sometimes with some people that I can be so honest with you that, even if it is going to hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be, but you ain't got a lot to kick it. So
Listen, you know I believe that.
yeah, definitely. So
Now, okay, so you spoke on honesty, right? So what other elements do you think it takes to have like a successful relationship? Like what elements are necessary for a successful
man,
relationship? Honesty is everything.
okay.
Oh, it's everything.
So I always say five things for me, and I can only speak in my opinion of what I think will make a monogamous relationship. Where let's start on that. All right, on a
Okay.
monogamous relationship. So the number one thing that you need, in my opinion, is you have to have you have to have compatibility. All right, you
Mhm,
got to be on that same page. All right, you got to have similar energy. You got to have synergy, and then you got to have enticement from your partner. Like
mhm,
she or he should entice you to want to be in that relationship, to
mhm,
want to come home every day, to want to have dealings with that person every day. If you don't have the enticement, not just in the honeymoon stage, but throughout the process and be able to grow and evolve that enticement over time, your relationship will not last.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Because this is the problem that I see within relationships as a whole, throughout just Western civilization, maybe even just within the world. We don't evolve love. We all know how
mm.
to fall in love, but we don't evolve with love.
Ooh.
And that's the reason why we probably have such high divorce rates and people going from makeups to breakups, because we all can fall in love with somebody. We just can't evolve it and stay with it. And the statistics prove it. We don't grow together.
Mhm,
Um, so that's the biggest thing that I think that in order to have a successful relationship, you're gonna have to learn how to evolve with each other, because you're forever changing.
mhm, mhm.
So
That's real.
if y'all not changing on the same, I'm not saying exactly, the same, but if y'all not on that same, it's
Wavelength.
yeah, yeah.
Compliment.
It's if y'all frequency ain't the same, it ain't gonna last.
That's real.
So
That's real. Now, Vonda said, so by enticement, are you referring to looks?
no, 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 no. Don't enticement is important with the looks. Don't get it wrong. I want my queen, I want my lady to be bad. Don't get it twisted. Yes, that is important. Man, we are naturally shallow within our nature. Like we see something physical with our eyes, we like it. We want it.
Mhm,
But you got to have the other intangibles too. It can't just be all looks, because
mhm,
I done had some bad, females that, are, pretty as the ocean on a summer day, but they've been shallow as a puddle. You know what I
mhm,
mean? So, you know, you got to have some substance to you.
mhm,
Substance is what's going to make the relationship grow and evolve over time. So if it's just all looks, it definitely ain't gonna last. And if it's
mhm.
just or physical, if it's all sexual, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna
That's
last the course of time, because that stuff eventually wears its course.
mhm.
It gets out of style at some point.
That's true. Like you evolve to want more, you know.
Hmm.
So let's
Definitely.
see here. Vonda also says that men are more visual. That's true.
100%. Yeah, we
Y'all
are.
are visual.
And it's the testosterone in us. You know what I mean? It's the testosterone, and it's a daily battle. It's a daily battle between man, and we have to learn how to hone our testosterone. Some people say soiling your oats or whatever.
Oh, so in your role.
Like
Look
you
good,
have,
do that. Whoever my
yeah,
companion is, make sure you're doing that before you
yeah,
get
you
too
have to
far.
learn how every day to be able to release your testosterone. There's many ways to release testosterone. It ain't just having sex.
Mhm,
Going to the gym is releasing testosterone. Playing video games, being competitive, uh, chopping it up. Having barbershop talk or whatever. All those types of things release testosterone. There's many different types of ways, and as you become more seasoned as a man, you become more versed in how to release that testosterone,
mhm, mhm.
because it's a daily battle. Trust and believe that.
I believe that. I
Hmm.
believe it. So pretty is as pretty does. Yes, it is, Vonda.
Hmm.
Yes, 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 yes. I grew up, my mother and my grandmother, great grandmother, and them pretty is as pretty does. That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. That's right. Let's see here. So Tonality Record says love is an action word. Love is more about what you show than what you say.
Hmm.
I can see that. I can see that.
Indeed,
Absolutely.
indeed, it
Absolutely.
is.
All right. So
Indeed,
let's see here. So can you share a memorable moment or lesson that you've learned about love?
a memorable lesson that I've learned
Yes,
about love.
yes.
I've learned that when you have somebody that truly, truly loves you and shows you that with every part of their being,
Mhm,
um, you need to honor that.
mhm,
You need to honor that, and you need to honor that person, and you need to do the things to uh, continue to receive it over time. I've been in a situation where you know I got too comfortable.
mhm,
You know what I mean? I got too comfortable with the love that I was receiving, and then I started to not reciprocate like I should have.
mhm,
And one thing as a man, we have to realize is that life is a competition. And when you get too comfortable within the realms of any competition, there's other people competing, and they can come and they can definitely get within the mix of what you got going on, and put themselves at the top of the competition. So there's been a time in my life where I stopped competing with the girl that I was with,
mhm, mhm,
right?
mhm,
And it cost me because something else came along. That it's always a magic carpet ride that's coming along, ready to pulling Aladdin to sweep her off her feet and take her on that magic carpet ride. So as a man, when you have something that's near and dear to you, you better be on your P's and your Q's and continue to manifest that love.
mhm,
Because if
mhm.
you don't, there's somebody always in that DM. There's always somebody that's knocking at the door, like, "Hey, I'm here."
You know,
Hey, when that guy when he mess up, when that brother mess up, hit me up. It's
listen,
always somebody knocking at the door. Always. So don't ever get too comfortable.
and that's honest. It makes me think about that viral meme where it's like a picture of, I don't know, like seven brothers, like, and it's like this line of brothers is waiting for you to mess up with your girl or something.
Yep.
Or that one, I think Arnold from the Facts of Life, or what, I don't know, with the different strokes, is like
Right.
his face, like, and it was kind of like, I noticed you stopped posting pictures. Are y'all good? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right.
and you know
Yeah.
what? I can speak from my experience. I am a very loyal person, right? I'm
Hmm.
very loyal. But I can say during that time when I was married, right? It was a couple brothers like, hey, I understand that you married, but
Hmm.
understand, basically, look, hey, I'm
There's
willing
been
to be your mister. Is it called a
right.
mister or mister? It's not a
Yeah.
mistress for a dude. What is it, mister? I want to be
Uh,
your side piece, your
the
side
side
piece.
piece. Boyfriend number two is old boy from Pretty Ricky would say. What's
Listen, absolutely. But I
yeah.
mean, I obviously didn't entertain it because
Right.
I
Right.
believe in loyalty and all that stuff, and for me that was a covenant with the Creator.
Don't
So
get me don't get me wrong. Most women are loyal to a T.
hmm hmm
But when a woman's fed up, y'all know the rest. Y'all know
Oh,
these.
you already know. Hey,
You know what I'm
listen, I
saying? When
still
she
remember
get
them
to a
lyrics.
point, when she get to a point, when a woman gets to a point, it's over with. It's over.
Mhm.
And the other guy gonna come in. But it's a two-way street. It's not just
Facts.
man. Women gotta be on their game too.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
just as many men that's in the inbox, it's some women out there that's shooting shots too. We got some Steph Currys out there that's in the form of women. They shooting from half court. They pulling up.
Listen,
So y'all better be on your P's and Q's too. For real.
definitely. What was that? What was that throwback song about the cleanup woman? The
Hmm.
cleanup woman, or something. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Hey, if y'all know that song, y'all know what I'm talking
And
about.
what
But
they
that was like
always say,
throwback.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
throwback. That was like when my mom and them was cleaning up and they would,
Uh-huh.
play them records. I remember that
Yeah.
song, "Clean Up Woman." All right, yeah.
Yeah. The innuendos, definitely. Yeah, they was in there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Reese, I know you listening. You should put some auto tunes on my voice. All right. Look, I'm still trying to sound like Kelly. I want to still sound like Kelly. All right, so we got some more comments right here. So let's see. Vonda says, so when you are in a relationship, how do you handle it if she gets too comfortable and someone hops in your DM with that magic carpet? Mm,
Woo.
mm,
Vonda.
mm.
Vonda.
Look, I love me some Vonda. Look, Vonda, I'm gonna see you in church on Sunday. I'm gonna see
Dang, Vonda. Put me on the spot. So how do I feel or how do I handle it?
you. Yeah, how do you handle it? Because listen, Pisces, look, Jay, we've had conversation. Coach, we've had conversations. And you
Right,
a Pisces man too.
right, right.
Women love y'all.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
and I'm being I'm being funny, but
yeah.
I'm just saying they love y'all.
Um so if I'm in a monogamous situation, I'm speaking from my experience.
Mhm,
Me, I'm not the cheater. I'm not the person that's going to go and just hop on that magic carpet ride. I'm going to handle my business as a man and release myself from the contract of being in that monogamous relationship. Because even though you're not signing your name on no, legal documents, when you give your commitment to somebody in a monogamous relationship, there's an imaginary contract that you
mhm,
sign between man and woman that you're gonna do what you're supposed to be doing. All right,
mhm,
because that's the whole point of monogamy. So for me, if I get to a point where I don't want to be in it, I'm exiting. I'm out. 86 me. You know what I mean? Get me up out of here. Because
facts.
one thing about me, and as I've grown and I've evolved as a man over the course of time, uh, peace of mind and happiness is something that I will not uh, lack in my life.
Mhm, mhm,
So when the
mhm.
moment the seas start to get too rocky and I'm not feeling it, I'm out. Especially if
Facts.
I'm just in a relationship and we
Mhm.
ain't married or whatever. Now, if you're married, you better try to make some things work because the processes of getting out of marriage, what I mean, can be a little, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, uh,
yeah.
you know
So
I know about that.
prime
Listen.
example. Prime example. So, but
Yeah.
to answer your question, Miss Tyler, I'm the type of person I'm getting up out of it if it gets to that point. But if it's still hope and I feel like it's something that we can salvage and work on, and you know, I'm feeling like she wants to work on it to make it better, to
Mhm,
evolve
mhm.
it to the point that it needs to be, then we'll continue to work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's see here. We got some more stuff and we're gonna get into our couple other little subjects. Leah says, hello, Chad. Hey, beautiful cousin. Hey, gorgeous. Thanks for listening, cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Oh yeah, that's my beautiful cousin, Leah Nicole,
Yeah,
my partner in good stuff. I ain't gonna say trust.
y'all look alike.
You
Y'all
know
look
what?
alike.
Hey, we pretty close. I think we like second cousins or something real close.
Mhm.
Cause look, you know the whole breakdown. You already know that. I don't know that whole
Yeah.
ancestry. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. All right, so let's see here. So tonality rec. Don't forget Moke and Steph. He's mine and SWB. I'm so into you. Yeah, absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
Taking it
Let's
back.
see. You know, Lise, I been had the auto tune. Listen. We're gonna have to work in the studio this week. We gonna get in the studio. I'm trying to sound like Kelly. I love Kelly
Mm.
voice. All right, so let's see here. We have another question. So you don't automatically yield to temptation.
So
Okay, so listen,
listen, she trying to put me on the spot right
listen.
now.
Hey, this is my girl right here. She be
Miss
knowing what
Vonda
to ask.
Miss Vonda S. Tyler. I am not gonna sit up here in front. In my younger years, have I yielded to the temptation when I wasn't feeling it? Yes, I have. But as a grown man, no, I am not going to yield to the temptation while I'm still in the situation. I would just easily exit out the door because I can go at any time.
Mhm.
I can get up out of there.
Facts.
So why not
Facts.
just leave? and then yield to that temptation that I've been seeking.
Hey, listen, clear that path, cut the
Right.
ties, cut the detachments,
Exactly.
and then be like, "Hey, yo, you remember when you was in my DMs? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?" All right, here we
I've been
go.
there.
Okay, so as a grown man, bravo. I know, right? Because you know
Mhm.
what? I'm gonna have to give you your well, men don't like flowers, which I like Old Spice. I'm gonna have to give you your Old Spice because
Nah, man. Real
what
men don't wear Old Spice.
what you be wearing, Jay? What you be wearing? Because I love a man to smell good. You hear me? Like,
Listen, you don't even want to know. You don't even
okay, okay. All right,
want.
well, you know what? We can't always give the blueprint. You feel me?
Right,
Like,
right,
we can't always
right,
give the blueprint. You
right.
know, I be having to be careful. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into this thing called life, right? Um, so you've done a lot of great things, and thank you for your service.
Mhm.
Anytime I have guests who have served, y'all close to my heart as well. I have, a brother and relatives and friends that have served. So thank you so much for your service.
Indeed, indeed.
So, reflecting on your life journey this far, right? What are you most proud of? You got a lot to be proud of.
So, the biggest thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I'm still here.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Anybody that knows me and that's known me over the course of my life, I ain't always been Coach Wilson. You know what I
mhm,
mean? I've done some things in my life that had put other people under or in into where they don't want to be, prison or
mhm,
whatever the case may be. So the biggest thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that my journey has led me to continue to be here on the surface of this earth. Me personally, I've buried over 85 people in my life.
mm,
Um, so for a while there in my life, I had a lot of survivor's remorse for about a good 4 years within. Yeah, about a good 4 years, I had survivor's remorse.
mhm, mhm,
Um, Especially after I lost one of my best friends that I grew up with. His name was Wade, and he got killed back in 2015. Uh,
mhm,
and after that time, I went through a lot of survivor's remorse. Because sometimes when you look up and your people are leaving you, the people that you grew up with, the people that you love, the people you played in the sandbox with, or whatever the case may be,
mhm.
um, and you watch them go into the ground, you know, sometimes you're just asking yourself, why you still here? Why does the creator, continue to bless me with life? Why
Mhm,
wasn't I that person that was uh, you know, cut down? Why the Grim Reaper didn't come get me this time? So
mhm,
um just being here uh is the biggest blessing. Because now as I continue to live life, you're starting to learn what life's really all about. And
mhm,
now I want to leave a legacy. Now I want to, you know, affect as many lives as I can over the course of my life. And I didn't
absolutely.
always have that thinking because I was once what your boys say on Baby Boy, young and dumb and full of,
Mhm.
you know, that was me.
Hey. Mhm, mhm,
And just, out here in the streets doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I'm just lucky to still be here and continue to manifest my life in a positive direction and not do the things that I used to be doing or that my homies did. I mean, because I come from inner city Indianapolis, 40th the Boulevard, Crown Hill section, Baja area. If y'all know anything about that,
mhm,
I'm an
mhm.
IPS kid, Broad Ripple High School. When it was lean on me and that thing before Joe Clark got there, that's what was going down. So
Uh-huh.
you know, uh, yeah, I come from struggles. So I'm just glad that I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're still here too. And I'm glad that and thanks for being transparent about that because we all got a past, right?
Mhm.
And I love how, you like, yo, my past was not like pristine, yet, I'm still here and I'm still making a difference, right? I turned
Mhm.
it around. So you
Right.
never know, like, who that might impact and seeds that might plant. And I think
Mhm.
that's so important because it ain't no perfect people. You know
It
what I'm
ain't.
saying? It ain't no perfect people. And I believe that we go through things
Mhm.
for a reason. And I
Right.
believe that it can help other people and plant seeds. So listen,
Exactly. I
thank you
just
for
like to
that.
always say I was a product of my environment.
Mhm,
Because I was just doing the things that was of the hood, and
mhm,
the
mhm,
things that my homies was doing, my friends was doing, that I seen, that I was a part of. Um, and over time, the choices that I made in my life allowed me to manifest my life to where it is now. And that's probably one reason why I have such a good rapport with a lot of the students that I coach, is because I've been where they are. I've sat
mhm,
in those shoes.
mhm.
I don't walked in them Air Forces. You feel me? So I know.
Hey, listen. What the
you
black ones or the white ones? The
Man,
black
sometimes I had to put the black ones on. you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead, a little bit. Just
Right, right, right.
right,
Yeah.
right
So, I'm just blessed to be here.
now. Absolutely. So let's see. We got some stuff in the comments. So
So
Hey Derek, thanks for joining
you
me.
heard of the
Thanks for
Baja
joining us.
Boys. That's what's up.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Anthony Spradley, he's locked down right now. He's the main man of he's the head honcho. Everybody's looking at BMF and all that, but he was big meat here in Naptown for sure, certainly. So yeah, a lot of people have heard of the Baja Boys, but shout out to anybody that comes from the foe. Anybody that's been over there, they know how it goes for sure.
Word, word. So let's see here. So Tonality Records. I mean, if people are truthful, we are just one decision away from a real life Tyler Perry BET movie. Listen, listen. Thank God for His grace and mercy. Absolutely.
Indeed, indeed.
Let's see here. Another comment. You are still here because there are blessings you still have to give to others. Absolutely.
That's what my mama say all the time. She's now a pastor, so
Oh,
she
that's
said,
right. You know what? Vonda know your mama. We
Man,
all
don't,
in the
don't,
same.
bro.
Your beautiful
Listen,
mother. I be seeing.
oh my
I
god,
see her. Your beautiful mama.
oh man, she about to start asking some questions for real. She gonna put it all together. She see that Wilson on there. She gonna put it
Like,
all
wait a
together.
minute. Wait a
Oh
minute.
man, don't call her up and tell her to tune in. Please don't.
Listen, 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 listen,
It's
listen.
Wednesday. It's Bible study, so I'm
That's what
pretty
I'm
sure.
saying. So you might be safe. You
Yeah,
might be
I'm
safe.
safe. I'm safe right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see here. So, how do you define success and happiness in life? Right? We all have our own definitions. So, how do you define success and happiness in your life?
Well, I say that has also manifested over time, because when I was younger, it was about money and how many women could be around and status and things like that. But these days, what is important to me uh,
Hmm.
is how many lives I can affect and change.
Yes, yes,
That's the
yes,
biggest thing. And
yes.
people ask me a lot, how long I want to coach for, and I say until it's over.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to ever retire from it. I want to continue to manifest and grow and get to higher levels of coaching and continue to coach people, not just
Absolutely.
on the field, not with just X's and O's, but I want to affect those Jimmys and Joes. What I
Hmm.
mean, that's the biggest thing that I need to do, is affect the lives, so that they remember Coach Wilson. They remember that he was always there for them. Because
Hmm.
I have been there for a lot of my players. In many hard times. I want to be that coach that is a player's coach, but also hold you accountable, uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
and just know that it's genuine for me. So that's the biggest thing that I could hope for in my life, is that I affect enough people's lives that when my name is spoken, when I'm gone, I continue to vibrate.
Ooh, I love that. I love everything about that. Now, Coach, let me ask you this, right? This is um like to the bros and sisters that's still in the streets, and you know what I'm saying by that, right?
Mhm.
Like, what words do you have for them? What would you tell them?
Man,
Because
listen.
sometimes trying to get out the streets, it ain't always easy,
I
right?
mean, I still got family members,
Mhm,
some that have sat down and been on vacation for many, many years, that still, they came home and they still in it.
mhm,
Um, One thing I always say is, being a person that has been within it,
Mhm,
I understand how hard it is to get out of it when that fast money is coming. It's hard to go and punch in, punch that clock and get that regular 9 to 5, or work those 8 hours and come home with chump change, working for $20 an hour, whatever, 15, whatever it may be, when you can make you know 1,100 every day, 1,200. Why would you? You
mhm,
know what I mean?
mhm,
Um, so a lot of people think, especially when you've been in it, the gamble is worth what you're gonna get in reward. But truly, it's not, because you got to always think. This is where my mind started to process as I started to evolve out of it.
mhm, mhm,
There's always somebody out there that is being employed to stop what you're doing,
mhm,
to
mhm.
find you.
Facts.
Like, this is their 9 to 5. They are there to slow you down, and the system is there to slow you down and separate you from your family, which is one of the biggest things, especially with black men, because you really deal with this with black men more so than women. There are some women that are out here in the streets and that are doing things, but it's mainly a thing with our young black males.
Mhm,
And once you get separated with family from family, they won.
mhm, mhm.
The agenda that they have set, they succeeded in it. They have
Mhm.
separated you from your family. They have separated
Facts.
you from child. They have separated you from society. So now, us as a people, we cannot grow, and that's
Mhm,
what they want. We are giving them what they truly want. So, my biggest thing I would say is, a honest living will allow you to live a marathon. A living within the streets will allow you to live the glitz and the glamour for only a sprint.
mhm, mhm.
And if you're good with being Usain Bolt and running a sprint and running 100 meters, cool. But me, I want to live. You feel me? I want to truly live and be free and have peace of mind. And the only way to do that is by truly being a marathon runner.
Mhm.
You got to be
Facts.
looking for the long haul, the long road, because it's easy to go down. You know, it's easy to go down that road where the glitz and the glamour is, and that fast life. It's easy to go down that road. Many people do it.
Mhm,
And there ain't no skill. I always say it ain't no skill level. Ain't no skill level in it.
mhm,
Anybody, so many people have done it. Anybody can sell drugs and be in the street and gang bang and this and that. Anybody can do that. But are you really meeting and being the person that you truly should be
mhm,
by navigating that road? You're not really honing into your true self if you continue to go down the road that is easy to go down. I don't know. I had a coach that always said, always choose the hard road, go down the narrow road.
mhm.
Because the freeway, hitting the freeway is easy. You know what I mean? Anybody can flow down that. But
Right,
you
right,
want to
right.
go, there's a lot of rewards when you run in the steeplechase, when you run in that marathon, when you got to jump over stuff and maneuver around things. The
Mhm.
goal at the end is to have longevity. Longevity has its place for sure.
Absolutely. And we got some stuff in the comments. All right, so let's see
Mhm.
here. Derek says, "My bad. Good evening, Lisa." Thank you. Hey, Derek. Pardon my manners. You good? I missed the first part, but he's been on point since I've joined the live. Absolutely.
I appreciate you, Derek. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Dr. Cooper, greetings. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Cooper. I see you, Mr. McMichael. Thanks for joining us. And let's see here. Say that temporary. Absolutely. Absolutely. The whole
Okay.
temporary. And we have another question. Do women enable some men? What do you
Yes.
think about that, Jay? Do some of us enable some of y'all?
Yes. You know why? It's natural within y'all. Women are natural nurturers,
Hmm.
and they want to provide for the person that they love, and especially if you have a sexual relationship with that woman or whatever the case may be. When you gravitate a woman sexually
Hmm.
and also enter that mind, you got them. And
Hmm.
sometimes once that woman is there, she's gonna be that it's gonna be that Bonnie and Clyde relationship. She's gonna be ride or die. She's gonna willing to take the fall. We got women that's sitting in jail right now.
Mhm.
What I'm saying, that's willing to take the fall, for their guy if they get jammed up. So, um, to those women that are out there like that, it's good to love your man, but I would say love the right man.
Mhm.
Love the
Mhm.
person that's not going to put you in situations where you might have to enable them. Because
Fact.
a true man should never be enabled. You know what I mean? He should be able, because we are man. A real man is able. We're able to do the thing. A real man do what he want to do.
Mhm. 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 That's
So
facts. Facts. Uh, Dr. Cooper says, "Say that, Jay. Listen, you dropping some seeds, and I knew you would. That's one reason
yeah,
why I was like, you got to get in this seat, get in the seat." All right, so let me ask you this before we move on to. We have a couple of other topics I want to
I
get
got all night, so y'all can ask me anything.
I know that's
As
right.
long as Miss Hughes has me, I'm here. So, and I can always come back.
Oh, you know I'm gonna have you back because you
Come
know
on with it. Come
we
on
we
with it.
we talked about some things. So listen to
Indeed.
this. So in rough times, Jay, and this is another seed that I hope will be able to be planted. Like, how do you push forward when it's rough? Because we all done had them rough, dark moments, right? So, what motivates you to keep pushing forward?
Man, so what's a life without adversity?
Hmm. Hmm.
There are a lot of people in this world, that live their lives without adversity that some other people might uh, have in their life. Adversity is different from person to person. So
Right.
let's say, for example, someone like me growing up might not have had the best financial situation, might not have been in the best schools, might not have had dad around, whatever the case may be. You learn through the course of your adversity to learn how to navigate the storm. So the more adversity that you go through, it only makes you better.
Hmm.
Whatever you go through, you grow through. So
Facts.
as you continue the path of life, adversity is going to continue to come.
Hmm.
So for me, at the age at the age that I'm at now, like, I am the type of person that if I am going through an adverse situation, I'm still the same. I've gotten to the point that you will not be able to tell within myself whether life is wonderful and okay, or I'm going through the storm right now.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I am going to hold myself with the idea that within all darkness, there has to be light, because there can't be darkness without light. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And some people fail to realize when they are going through the adverse situations that that light exists.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's when they get into drugs and alcohol and substance abuse, and just start ruining their lives. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like I ain't never been to that point, but I
Hmm.
got myself out of that point because I at some point something triggered within my brain, like, man, you know what, I got to make a change. I got to make a change here first in my brain, and once I make that change mentally, then the physical change will start to happen. So now when I go through storms in my life, man, these storms are partly cloudy. I mean, they come and they go because I know how to navigate,
Hmm.
because of all the storms I done maneuvered through. I done been through some storms the last 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be. But when
Hmm.
storms come now, I navigate through them. I mean, like I'm Superman. I'm just going through them. You know what I mean? I'm pushing through because I know how to get to the light. But I'm getting to the light because of how my mental is.
Hmm.
Because I it's all yin and yang. Everything is for a time, good or bad. Nothing lasts forever. Good don't last forever. Bad don't last forever. Or last forever. So
Facts.
you're gonna go through some storms. It don't matter how great your life is, how much money you got in the bank, how well you live, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. You're going to enter a storm. but we got people out here that are killing themselves, committing suicide. I just had a friend, like suicide is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And I just had a friend that was close to me, probably it's been about 3 months now, committed suicide. Her kids found her.
Mm. Mm.
And for me, I struggled with that for a while because I wasn't I was looking at things with my friends on a surface level.
Mhm. Mhm.
And one thing that I'm trying to do and trying to spread within people is we have to stop looking at our friends and our family and the people that we care about on a surface level. We have to at least, I ain't saying we need to get abyss level, we need to get down all the way to the bottom, but we need to break between the surface level and dive at least 12 feet deep. You know, we gotta get at least deeper within so that we
Mhm.
can understand the problems, because people can smile in your face, be happy as all get out, and be ready to kill themselves tomorrow. I done lost two people in my life to suicide where I thought their life was going great. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, the next time I see them, they laying in the casket because they was dealing with some shit and they, excuse my French, they was dealing with some stuff in their life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And adversity came, and they didn't know how to weather that storm. And so, for us as a people, if we start to stop, when we hit people up, hey, how you doing? That's surface level. You really like dig deeper. Like, really, how are you? Sit down, go. Let's go for coffee. Let's really talk about what's going on, because it ain't all peaches and cream all the time.
Mhm.
Let's literally talk about it. Let's dig deeper within our friendships. Stop having these surface level friendships and relationships with the people that we love, because suicide is real. It's going to affect almost everybody at some point, and we can break this or at least lead these people to the light if
Mhm.
we stop being so surface level. So we need to and it's a challenge to everybody, dig deeper. Even that person that you think is all sweet, like really sit down and have a conversation with them to see. You might find out some stuff. I literally just did it with one of my uncles.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
We
Mhm.
sat down like about 2 weeks ago, and everything was, it started out like, everything's cool. And then by the time, I started digging deeper, he was like, man, I'm struggling. And then now that he got somebody to lean on that really understands, is not judging him, he's willing to, come and talk. And now I can help navigate him and lead him to where he need to be.
Mhm.
I can steer him. I can help steer him. And who knows? It might not be enough, but it might help him just fight a little bit longer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. So Marie says it may be cliche, but please check on your people. Absolutely.
Indeed,
You must.
indeed.
Even that person that seems like they're the strongest and they're always smiling
Mhm.
and everything seems to go great. They're everybody's like support.
Right.
Check on them. Check on them. Check
Gotta
on them.
check on your people.
Life is full of ebbs and flows. Gold is made under intense pressure. The more intense the pressure, the higher the value.
Indeed. Yep.
What surface is asking, but not really listening for a response because you asked as a formality. Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely, absolutely.
But the one way that you dig beyond the surface level, and it's almost within coaching, because I do this with my players.
Mhm,
Like for example, usually I take my kids, within my position group or whatever, take them out to eat or something.
mhm, mhm,
Okay, that's building a rapport. So already, hey, I'm taking them to B-Dubs. Let's go get wings, whatever. Let's just fellowship with each other. Now, when I'm there, I might pull them off to the side and, have them come sit with me, and we might have a 10, 20-minute conversation. You know what I mean? So now I'm not looked at as just that coach that's just there, on them all the time in practice. I'm looking as a coach that really care about what's going on at home. How's mom and dad's life? How, do y'all got food in your refrigerator? What's going on?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
We
Absolutely.
got we got to be able to have a real conversation with people through fellowship. You know what I mean? Like, we got to learn how to fellowship. And if I take anything from Christianity, You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Christianity talks about fellowship, coming together. Because when you come together, you can break down the walls and the barriers within people because
Abs
they become comfortable. When people are not comfortable, they don't want to share.
Mhm, mhm,
And that's
mhm.
just with anybody in any relationship. You have to make somebody comfortable in order for them to really give you the nitty gritty about what's going on with them.
That's
So,
facts.
fellowship with your people, dig in deeper,
Absolutely.
break the surface, dive in, and don't go just knee deep. Like, dive in. Put your head underwater and go into their life and go into their world and figure out what's going on with
Absolutely. And I want to ask you this one last question. I know that there's other stuff that we wanted to touch on. Youth is close to my own heart as well. So,
them.
what do you believe, like, are the most significant contributions that you've made to the youth that you've coached?
Um, the most significant contribution that I feel that I've made is the fact that even when I'm done coaching them, I'm still there. And I
Mm,
just experienced this with a player that I coached. His senior year was 2018. Okay. So he's been out of high school since 2018. He went to college. He's graduated from college. I happen to be rolling through my apartments, about to leave, go out on business, just do my regular day. And he's running across the street to his apartment. Didn't even know he lived in my apartment complex.
wow.
And I stopped him and we had a conversation. He was like, gave me his number. I had his Facebook and stuff like that. We ended up going to have a beer around the neighborhood.
Mhm, mhm.
Man's grown now. Had a beer, chopped it up, and he thanked me. And this
Mm,
is a player that I did not even think really, really liked me. He kind of was Facebook friends with me. He was like, oh, that's coach. But I was always hard on him. He was lazy a little bit, or, within the realms of being an athlete. He didn't push himself the way he needed to. So I was always riding him a little bit.
mhm.
But it that he ended up saying me riding him then made him go through those adverse situations. Because when he got to college, he was like, man, the same things that you were saying, that coach was saying, that my
Correct.
coach there was saying.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
always remembered your voice.
Mm, mm, mm.
Your voice stuck with me. So I think when you coach these kids and you really trigger them and you hit a mark, you always going to hear their voice. So, like for instance, I always say my mom is my biggest coach because our parents are truly our coaches. They are
Yes, they
teachers.
are.
All right.
Facts.
Me and my mom, I'm gonna be real. I mean, me and my mom, we bump heads sometimes just because we polar opposites. But I love her. You know what I mean? I love her for life.
Mhm,
You know what I
mhm.
mean? And if she was watching this right now, she know we bump heads. It's cool. That's we just, it's just like that. But we grew together because when my mom had me, she was 18 years old. So she was just a young, very, very young adult herself.
Mhm, mhm,
And we grew up together basically in a way. So, you know, she's been coaching me and been teaching me
mhm, mhm.
throughout the process. Even now that I'm grown, she's still doing teaching. She's still doing coaching. And when she finally leaves this earth in a physical state, I'm always gonna hear that voice. Yeah, I can hear it now. When
Mhm, mhm.
when I'm not even having no dealings. Sometimes when I'm about to think about maybe doing something I ain't supposed to do, I can hear it. I'm here talking to me. It's just
Absolutely.
she's my conscience. My coaches are my conscience.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So, that's kind of what I pulled from him is my coaching became a conscious. I was that little angel on the side of the shoulder, like, hey, you better do this right, do that right. So I thought about something. It's like, within coaching, I want to become that conscious
Mhm.
for my players that I have this rapport for. I want to be able to always be a voice inside their head of good,
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
positivity, of nurturing and guidance. So that's what I want the most, is to be able to be that person that they can always look back on and be like, man, coach had my back. Coach wanted the best for me. And then I can be in a situation where I could chop it up with them as an adult and have a beer and we could chop it up, and then we ain't coaching. It's more like buddy buddy,
Mhm.
but I'm still
Mhm.
coach. And the fact that he still calls me coach, it's a title and it's earned, because he
Mhm.
don't gotta call me coach no more. I ain't coaching him literally in a sense, but he still respects me as coach.
I love it. I love it. All right. So look, we at the end. So like, do you have any like last words of wisdom you want to share with our listeners? Anything?
Mm. Uh, let's see. Last words of wisdom. I just want to share my motto in life. I put it on almost all of my social media, and my motto is, and it's been my motto for probably the last 15 years of my life, is to always be under construction and never be content.
Mm, I love that. I love
Mhm.
that. All
I
right. So
don't care. I don't care if you did build a skyscraper, your building is lavish and great. You can always get better. I don't care if you become Michael Jordan and LeBron, you can always be in the gym and working on something. It's always something that you could be working on. Always be under construction and never be content where you are. Because the moment you become content is the moment you stop evolving, and the moment you stop evolving and learning is the moment you stop living. So always be under construction.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Well, one last comment before we get out of here. Derek says, I've had so many young men say they haven't had positive role models or examples in their lives besides the streets. I don't know why they gravitate to me, but some of the roughest bros be hurt from that lack. Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
real deal. Real deal. I mean, man yearn other man's guidance.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
We do. We yearn that brotherly love. We want that. I mean, we need that. It's a part of us.
mhm.
So if you missing that in your life, I mean, it can be hard. It definitely can be. So I definitely understand you.
Yes, yes. All right, so we appreciate y'all from listening, and you know I gotta shout my mama out. Mommy, thank you for listening. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, everybody that took time to comment, to tune in, and all of that. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
And oh wait, when Vonda wants to say iron sharpens iron.
All
Absolutely
the
it
time.
does.
It
Absolutely,
does.
absolutely. Great show, cuz. Thank you to the guests. Yes, yes, yes. We appreciate that. Now, who was that? You know, I got a lot of cousins. I think that was probably okay, Melvin. Thank you, cousin Melvin. I appreciate you. All right, so now listen, I'm gonna say it one more again. Make sure that you are liking. Give us some hearts. Follow us. Hey, if you feeling gracious, give me some stars. Give us some stars, right? But make sure that you're following us, liking, subscribing across all platforms, YouTube, Relationship Soup, period. You must put the period. Don't forget to put the period, right? And then on IG, of course, is Relationship Soup. Come join the group, Relationship Soup Group. And then, of course, you can follow me. You can look me up under my name or Relationship Soup LLC. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of chill. Jay, Coach, I'm gonna have you back because we it's still some other stuff that we got to talk about, right? And you know, you are one intelligent brother, and I love your mind. So
Thank
definitely want to have you back to plant some more seeds with the people.
you. Okay.
Um, and of course, what I'm gonna end with is love yourself.